it happened at dinner, and I had, had a long day and came in. I didn't get stretched out yesterday, which was really nice. Over with
you did.
Yeah, I was over the Landon over at Stretch Zone, and then I actually came back here, had to do some recording and stuff, and then went home later than usual. Made the fajitas. Family sits down to dinner, and as happens almost nightly, my kids start bickering with each other. They start
with one another.
Yeah, my daughter's particular about where the plates go, where my son sits. And I think he just does it to get on her nerves. He'll move around the table sometimes and sit at a different place.
Oh, absolutely.
And she's like, "You're supposed to sit there," and they start at each other. And I just looked at him and I was like, just one night. Would you please not argue with each other? And he's like, "Well, she starts." And I was like,
I don't care who started it. I'm stopping it. That's a classic parent line.
A lot of that. And then it was just awkward side. And then I launch into,
oh no.
And you don't take the garbage out like you're supposed to. And, all over this kind of stuff. And
yeah.
It's like, what? And really, even as I was doing it, I was like, this is overblown,
As you were mid-rant, I know it's hard sometimes when you're in the moment, Kelly, but when you were in mid-rant, did you get a sense that your wife was with you or embarrassed or just wishing it would end?
Embarrassed. In fact, she tried to stop me to pray. And I said, she was like, "Okay, let's do the prayer." I was like, "I'm not done." And I went on and on. I was like, "It's so stupid." Boy. And then as soon as it was done, we prayed. First, my daughter prayed, through tears, and then then my son does his usual.
Help, Daddy.
Yeah, right.
Please help Daddy control his anger.
Then my son does.
Make me a bird so I can fly far, far away.
Yes, you're doing a little farce cup. You're doing a little jitty.
Yeah.
That's right. Dear God, make me a bird. That was her prayer. She did the prayer, then he mumbled out something. I said, you need to pay attention to your prayer. You need to put some thought and effort into it. Just
call that a prayer?
I don't know. And then, of course, it's just dead silence. And
just a pall hanging over the room.
Totally
for
awkward.
Sure.
The whole rest of the night. And I was like, God, I wish I hadn't done that. It's just like, you feel terrible once you do it.
Was it something at work that sort of was? What was it built?
I just think it was just a long
long day.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah. I think there was something in the air yesterday.
There's a lot of
And I had a bad day. Mm-hmm. My mother had a horrifically bad day.
What happened to Mother?
She killed my sister's family bird by accident.
Oh my God, that's terrible.
Was it a turkey?
Man,
no.
And they just had to put down their dog too.
I just felt like all day yesterday I was in a bad mood too. Various things just irked me all day. Everything
irksome.
And I just felt it all day. I took a nap. I woke up. I still wasn't feeling great. And then I got a text from my mother that just said, "Horrifically bad day. I don't want to talk about it. I've killed the bird."
How did she?
Does the bird have a name?
The bird did have a name, named PJ.
And
and I don't know. I forget the exact type, but he's one of those that could live 10 or 15 years.
Ooh.
Yeah. He wasn't just a little bird.
Talking bird?
He would say a few words here and there.
Does the bird have a free run in the house?
No, it's in a cage. But they do let it out. They did.
Did PJ smash into a window?
No, apparently, which I guess I would have never Googled this myself. My mom, in an effort to help them yesterday at their place, they're getting ready to move. They're moving into a house.
They built a new house.
Built a new house.
It's done.
Yes, everything's done. They're moving in just a couple weeks. So they've been cleaning up the apartment they've been in. They've been stuffed in a 2-bedroom apartment for a year now.
Right.
Well, yesterday they kept putting off cleaning the oven. So my mom apparently said, "I'm going to do the self-cleaning oven. I'll take the girls for a walk while we do that."
Right.
And in fact, I read you're not really supposed to leave when you do the self-cleaning oven.
Well, it gets incredibly hot.
Yes.
And it locks itself. Yes. I didn't know.
But that's they've been doing that for generations.
Yeah, exactly.
I tried the self-cleaning oven one time, and it stunk up the house. It got really, really hot. I didn't know what it was, so I put it on clean. It got incredibly hot, so it bakes off all the junk that's in there and just collects as
now, do you spray it with an easy off first?
No.
You just turn it on clean setting?
That's right.
Yeah.
And after that, I've cleaned up 2 ovens in my life. Now, I've seen my mother clean the oven many times, but I've cleaned 2 ovens in my life. One, I did the self-cleaning like you're talking about. and I didn't like it. I didn't like the smell.
Yeah.
The next time I did Easy Off, I thought that was better. Now that's a real chemically smell when you're down, but you got to scrub it. But it works. I don't know what's in the Easy Off, but by God, that
Brother, you don't want
off.
I'm telling you, it really gets it. It gets the job. In fact, I really need to do that. Like
PJ didn't fly into the oven.
Oh God,
No.
I was going to say, did you miss bake? Give him a little appetizer. Oh, PJ.
Well, apparently, which no one knew, it can emit chemicals. It says that it can, the Teflon can become, whatever these chemicals are, apparently were poisonous to tropical birds.
What?
Who would have known that?
Yes. How would you
Who would have known that? So, my nieces have just learned the word dead. Because...
And they get to use it. Because
Yes,
the dog?
The dog. And my sister talked to like a child therapist who said, you have to explain to them that the dog is dead. There's no way the dog's coming back. They're 3.
Yeah.
You can't use the word, the dog has gone over the rainbow bridge. Don't basically give them any type of hope.
Right.
The dog is gone sounds like, well, maybe the dog will come back. The
No
dog
went to live on a farm.
Yes.
None of that.
The dog is dead.
Yes.
Or sleeping.
You can't,
Yes,
you can't do
exactly.
any of that. You have to, I think that's good advice. Hard to
it
do.
is.
Yeah.
So they come back from their walk, and my mom is like, well, the bird had already been acting a little weird, apparently. So I'm like, maybe it wasn't that, but we'll see.
In
So-
what way, I wonder? Is it?
She said that the bird had gone to the top of its cage, which it had never done.
And when you say you don't know if that was really it, but we'll see, unless you do a necropsy, I don't
You're
see
never
any
going to
way.
know.
I don't think you'll know.
You're going to know.
I don't think we will see.
I mean, look, we're pretty sure it's the oven fumes.
Yes.
Well, they come back and they see PJ in there. Something's wrong with PJ.
Well, how's he acting?
He's at the bottom of the cage.
Something.
Feathers up.
Oh, yeah. Something's wrong.
Yeah. And my mom looks and she's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
That bird is dead.
Oh.
And of course, my nieces, though, have now learned dead. So my mom is like, oh my God, I think I killed him with the oven. My mom is hysterical crying. She can't believe she did it. My nieces, cold as can be. PJ's dead.
Ooh. At 3.
Yeah.
At 3.
And the one, Juliet, she's over there just staring at the cage. She's like, he is dead.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. And they're just doing what they've just learned. So then my sister gets home. Everyone's hysterically crying, of course, because this is not, and like I said, PJ wasn't just, this is bad to say, but he wasn't just like a little tiny bird that you expect to live for a year. This, they got him when he was, I think he was 5 or 6 now, and he did talk and he'd fly on your shoulder and do all that. I'm not a bird person. It always made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But yesterday was just one of those. That's what I mean. I just felt all day something was in the air.
I agree. Yesterday, I had a bad day. It was just one of those. I don't know if it's because we're cleaning and getting ready and relatives are coming in or what it is, but yes, I'm right there with it. Did your mother, did they smell fumes when they walked back into the place?
No, she said that.
I'm not sure it's the oven.
I don't
but
know
who
it is
knows?
either. That
I
seems
agree.
strange.
She said that when my sister started Googling things, it was like, tropical birds can be, it's something with the Teflon fumes.
I don't know.
I don't know that your mother should blame herself on that.
I know. All night, she, of course.
Especially since the bird was acting a little funny beforehand,
Oh, yeah. And she finally called me late last night because she couldn't talk. I felt horrible. I feel horrible for everybody. I do find it kind of humorous that my niece is just cold-hearted.
Yeah.
Bird's dead.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, did they cry at all? She's like, no, they went and played. They don't know.
They don't know. Right.
Now they think dying is just something that happens.
Well,
this does sort of play into a theory that we've been sort of tossing about on this program, that your family is doing anything they can to keep you from visiting Biggie by killing off the various,
let's see.
4-legged family members.
Your mother's killed 2 pets and gotten an unnecessary surgery.
Big cataracts. That's right.
Yeah, she's got her other eye coming up.
Yeah. For Christmas.
Yeah. Anything they can to keep you from visiting, they'll do.
I didn't want to say, but man, that has been a rough. They built a house they couldn't afford.
Yeah.
They shoved themselves into an apartment for you. He can't visit. That's too
No,
small.
no.
There's no way.
Well, I'll tell you, backfired on this one, though, because I did not care for that bird. When that bird came out is when I'd be like, I'm getting out of here.
Oh, really? You didn't like the bird?
We're not bird people.
You're not.
We were.
Yeah.
Yes, my mother either was not. We didn't grow up bird people. I think when my sister and brother-in-law got married, like they got a bird. They got it. It's like they almost were trying to get things that they weren't. They didn't have as children or something.
Really?
Yeah. And of course, once you start having actual children, though.
Oh, yeah. The
Everything gets shunted.
sometimes the
Shoved
pets
in
go to the
corner,
back. Exactly. They take a back seat to the kids naturally.
But I started doing some kind of information on oven cleaning. A lot of people say, yes, it can possibly emit fumes from the Teflon because it gets so hot. But mostly they said those fumes are, and the smell is the burning of the food.
That's what it
That's
is.
what it's doing.
That
It's
is what
burning
it
it
is.
away.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I'm with you. I don't know if she necessarily killed that bird.
Yeah, it's a little soon now. The wound is raw, but I wouldn't blame that on your mother.
I think you have to schedule a necropsy and
Whatever it's worth, whatever
it costs. And really, your mother should pay for it. Should pay for the necrupsy to make
I'm
to
sure.
ease her conscience.
Yeah, to ease her mind on that. My goodness. That's
what when you said you had a day, I was just in a bad mood all day. My mother, like I said, horrible day. I just think it was. I heard sirens all night long.
Something was going on.
And I just felt like it was maybe in the air yesterday. It was just there.
After I yelled at the children, we had the TV on mute, and you just sat in stone silence for the time we were eating the meal. And my son said, "Can we unmute the TV?" And I said, "No, we're not unmuting."
Oh, you really went in?
Yeah, I don't know. Just
What was on, Wheel?
yeah, we had Wheel going on last night, and I was just solving the puzzles in my head. We didn't play Jeopardy.
Well, that's the one show you don't need
we don't need
audio.
the sound. But then,
really don't.
we usually play Jeopardy. We didn't play Jeopardy last night, and I just ground through it. I mean, that's all you can do at that point. And I couldn't come back later and be like, gee, sorry, everybody, because I was trying to make a point. Then I got into, you all never pick up the yard the way you're supposed to. You leave your toys out, your baseball bat, your basketball, and you don't pick up after the dog and all those things. And it was just a terrible, terrible.
Yeah, see, you process everything. You swallow it.
That's right. And then it all explodes. It's just vomit.
Yeah.
It's just a vomiting of what I'm mad about in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
Done it forever. That's all.
Now, you're good for how long? Till Christmas? Maybe even after?
Longer. Now you'll go New Year.
At least. I mean, sometimes I go a year without really exploding. But boy, when I do, just go.
Well, and you stay with it. Like you said, you didn't just say, sorry for my outburst at dinner. You went out into the cold yard and we're like,
yeah,
what is a scooter doing in my yard?
That's right. That's exactly right. We had something yesterday called a soft cleaning of the house because we got relatives coming over for Thanksgiving.
A soft cleaning.
Yeah, instead of, you tell me, I got advice that you should not pressure wash the house because it can cause damage, like, get into the cracks and crevices.
Ever?
Yeah, well, this is the person who did the soft cleaning was the one. He does something called soft cleaning the house, where he takes, and it's like a pressure wash, but it's different. It looks good. He did a nice job. The brick and the roof and everything looks really nice, but I had never heard before that you're not supposed to pressure wash a house. And he says it's good for 2 years. So he washed it and said it's good for 2 years. But
when you said soft cleaning, I pictured him hand washing and talking to
I
it.
think he did.
Yeah.
You're so pretty.
I don't know.
With toothbrush between the bricks.
I wasn't home.
I'll take care of you.
He was like right up close to it, apparently. But there's a little faint smell of like cleaning products in the air.
It's kind of bleachy.
A little bleachy.
Yeah.
But I mean, if I don't know, maybe it might depend on the whatever the house is made of.
It might.
Maybe some houses are you can, some you might not. I've never heard that.
As he left, he said, "Promise me you'll never pressure wash this home." And I said, "I promise I will not." I just caught him. I was coming in as he was leaving. He'd been there all
Let
day.
me be the only one who cleans this house.
He said, I can. He said,
Just let me do it.
please, whatever you do, don't pressure wash this house. He said it's bad for it, but I didn't know. But I did like the service. It was impressive.
I owned a home, my home was siding. And I had it pressure washed every year to keep that kind of green junk off of it.
Yes, right.
Now, I will say, as the home aged towards the bottom, you'd sometimes see where maybe the pressure washer had caused a little crack or a chip in some of the siding.
This guy says that pressure washing, especially if the person doesn't know exactly what they're doing, it can cause damage around the edges or whatever. This does the same thing as the pressure wash without, the harmful effects. He says. And I must say,
How'd you find this guy?
Looks good. Came to my door. He walked up to the door.
You have a beautiful home.
Be a shame if something was to happen to it.
I'd like to clean it. Okay.
I said, do it. And he just walked up about a week ago and said, "You're not going to pressure wash this home, are you?" Actually, I had the pressure washing scheduled. And he goes, "You're not going to pressure wash this home, are you?" And I said, "Well, I had planned to." He goes, "Oh, God, please, whatever you do, don't pressure wash this." So we got him instead.
So now your house has been cleaned inside and out.
That's right. That's right. And we're ready for relatives to come in now. It's
Are
exciting.
they spending nights?
My brother-in-law and sister-in-law are coming in to spend a couple of nights.
Okay.
Over Thanksgiving. I'm just glad that explosion got out of the way because wouldn't want them to witness that. Ooh. My mother-in-law witnessed it once when I was in just an absolute rage. We had
pre-kids?
No. The kids were around. It was about the messiness of their rooms. I had gone up to their rooms to clear something, and I just could not believe.
In front of your mother-in-law.
Oh, I did. I just crushed her. I mean, I just was like, and she started trying to help me clean, and this was years ago, but she had a bad bag, and I turned to her and said, get out. I'll clean. Once in a while, I just exploded.
You have a bad back.
I said that to her. I screamed it. This is several years ago, though. Now, speaking of exploding and going crazy, we yesterday at this time talked about the LeBron James Isaiah Stewart fight at the Detroit Pistons game where the Lakers were visiting Detroit. The suspensions have come down now. LeBron got a game, and the other guy, Isaiah Stewart, who's now called Beef Stew, got 2 games, which was less than I thought. All the analysts I saw yesterday said this Stewart's going to get like 5.
That's what I thought. I mean, because again, he went. It wasn't like just a tussle. He got free and kept trying to get back at LeBron.
He kept coming back.
Is that called going ham?
Oh, yes. He went ham.
Yes. That is.
Endless ham.
He was as ham.
Bloodied.
There's more ham on that court than there will be on my Thanksgiving table
on Thursday.
I'm telling you. He kept, and they had him separated. He kept coming back. He only got 2 games. LeBron got 1. I said yesterday, I didn't think LeBron had any problem. I didn't think it was a big deal what LeBron did. A lot of analysts said no, he did intentionally do that.
Yeah,
he did swing his hand at him. I don't think no one could have predicted that much blood, and that was a ton of blood.
He cut him 8 stitches for beef stew, and he was bleeding like crazy. But as I reported yesterday, witnesses, players on the court said LeBron did say, "My bad." So there you are.
Which should have ended it then and there.
That's right. The lady at my gym who calls us fam. Remember I told you about her?
Yeah.
She's like, come on, fam. She's always like, let's go ham. She
uses that too?
Yes, when it's time to really.
It's a little edgy.
Yeah, well, she's like, okay, guys, it's the last 30 seconds of this workout. Let's go ham. And we'll go crazy, then when we're really working.
Do you think LeBron might have said, because LeBron has the power to do this, said to the league, he's young, don't go too hard on him.
No, I don't think so. I think he stayed out of it. Well, I suppose that's possible. I saw LeBron get a lot of criticism for not sticking around for the press conference after the game. Several people said, well, he should have at least taken questions from reporters, which he didn't. He let Anthony, now I forgot. Anthony Davis do the talking for him. He's the one. I heard LeBron say, my bad.
Which is what we said. He said, my bad.
I was on his side on this.
Should have squashed it right there.
They said LeBron should have hung around and taken some of the questions. After something like that, you don't just leave, according to a lot of the NBA insiders, which I didn't think about, but I guess you should stay around and answer those questions.
Yeah, but doesn't everybody walk out on a presser once in a career?
I guess. I don't know. But after one like that, everybody wants to talk to him, and he was not around. Everybody wanted to know his take on it, and he wasn't around to answer the questions. Your mother's your cleaning of the oven. I saw some Thanksgiving cooking hacks. No good. Don't worry about it. It's no good. I'm not going to do it. This is when I was planning on phoning it in today. I was like, I'll do these Thanksgiving hacks. I'm not gonna
make sure the turkey's not frozen.
I'm not going to do it. That was number 1.
Yeah, that always is.
Don't run cold water on it.
Yeah,
that's number 2.
It's my favorite time of year too, where I constantly on local news see them setting fryers on fire with frozen turkeys or overfilled fryers.
They're going ham.
They are going ham on turkeys in garages.
Oh, that was the big thing. If you put a frozen turkey in a fryer, you're just asking for a house fire. I mean, it boils.
And overfilling the oil. Classic.
Worst.
The bird that's way too big for the fryer.
Right. Those are the things to look out for.
The fireballs are impressive.
They do a nice job.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess to be fair, someone is going to do it.
It happens every year.
Some first-time cooker is going to do it.
Many every year. They don't see it.
They don't do it right.
They don't heed the warning. One I did like on these Thanksgiving cooking hacks is if you're making mashed potatoes, don't peel the potatoes before you boil them. Boil them with the skin on, then put them straight into an ice bath, and the skin will just slip right off. I'd never heard that before.
That's what they say about eggs too.
I know.
Boiled eggs, right? Because a lot of
that's never worked for me. When I make a deviled egg, getting the peels off has always been brutal to me. A lot of hacks on that, but I'd never heard that about the potato, and that's what everybody hates is peeling the potatoes. So if you boil a dozen with the skin and then put them in the ice water, supposedly they slip right out, and then you can mash them up and do your mashed potato.